Everyone, welcome back to another episode of Anime Review. We're doing an anime review because of the reasons. Now then, the K. Please Teacher, not K. This is ain't K. Please Teacher. Please Teacher has 13 episodes, and it's actually a really good anime. I watched this back in the day, but I'm finally reviewing it. Let's go with the main character, K. That's what his name is. That's what people call him. Well, that's what the teacher calls him. Kate is a character who is 18 years old and he's in the 10th grade. Why? Because he has an illness where he falls asleep under stress. So when he falls asleep, he stops breathing. He's in a coma and stuff, and that's what happens. So yeah, he has issues. He's technically 18 years old, but he's in the 10th grade. So he's trying to. The teacher who they're dating, which by the way is you think that the teacher and the student are dating, right? No, they're not. They're technically fucking married. um, because of an accident where the teacher was locked into the storage closet and the principal found out, which is kind of fucking funny. And then the dad of Kay's father, he decides to tell them that they are fucking married because he's technically 18, so he can get married. But the funny thing is the fact that that's the most funniest thing ever. He is really, really fucking funny. And then they put it in the papers, and it's fucking hilarious. They even bought a ring to collaborate on it. And then he moves in with her just so that the principal will know that she's there. Now then, what comes beyond this is the fact that some some of the students don't really matter. There's like two students, a girl that's short but she has blonde hair, and a guy who's the goofball of the group. I'm not gonna explain them because they're pretty much irrelevant towards the plot of the whole thing. I mean, they're usually in the backstory. But I will mention the blonde girl because she is the lackey of, well, she's not technically lackey. She hangs out with the third main character, which is also a girl. She goes to the same high school and she's friends with the main character, and she also has a crush on him. But he decides to let her down gently because of the fact that he's technically married to the teacher. So that's the thing, and she doesn't really get that much, stuff like that. It's mainly the teacher stuff show. With that being said, the only two other characters in the whole fucking anime that actually matter is in the beginning of the anime where there's a redhead and a blonde. They fall in love with each other because of um of a summer. They went to a summer camp and they two fell in love with each other because of the fact that he touched her boob by accident, and then he's avoiding everything and stuff like that. He's acting like a child, and he decides to man up after he talks to Kay about it, and that's the main thing about that. It's like 3 episodes. It's actually really good storytelling when it comes to the side characters getting their moment, and they're moving to Tokyo afterwards, which is kind of awesome, to be honest with you. It's a really good plot summary to stretch out the anime because there's only 13 episodes. So I digress. Now then, the other characters that we haven't mentioned is the mother and the sister. The sister does not want her sister to marry the guy, and she thinks that he's a jackass until she finds out his disease diagnosis, where he automatically shuts down and then he passes out, and then yeah, he stops breathing. He's still alive, but he's technically not breathing, which is kind of weird. He's in a coma, sort of. And then she gets all panicky and stuff. The mother, on the other hand, tries to flirt and hit on the main character, which is kind of fucking funny. I mean, the fucking OVA or whatever the fuck the special, because the last episode's like a filler episode. Well, technically not. It's after what happens to the events, but it's kind of fucking funny on that she's trying to get in bed with him, and then all of a sudden it's just a ruse so that he can go the town with the teacher, because the last episode they have sex pretty much, but they don't show any of it, so that's a good thing. So I do recommend this for teenagers, but not kids, to be honest with you, because it has some, how do I say, adult dirty jokes, to be honest with you. But it doesn't show any boobs, so that's a good thing. which is awesome. There's two aliens that fall in love with each other, but to be honest with you, the aliens are just there for teleportation and stuff because they can teleport people there. It's a really good anime. Now then, when it comes to plot summary and stuff like that, soundtrack's kind of lacking, to be honest with you. I mean, the theme song's okay, but it's not great. I'd rather listen to the last anime review we just did, which is kind of good. Um, the other reason why this anime has no makes no fucking sense is the fact that it doesn't make any sense. To be honest with you, the other main issue I have with this anime is the plot, because the plot, how can I say, it's like pretty much every couple that like has a fight. It's pretty much, but they're trying to keep it the street of the students so that the students don't find out that he's actually technically married to the teacher, because having a relationship with a teacher and your student is taboo apparently, because you can't do that. That's fucking gross, and the age difference is fucking ridiculous. I would never do that because that's too fucked up and that's fucking ridiculous. But to be frankly honest with you, this anime makes no goddamn sense. First off, the sister falls in love. The sister that's the sister's bride, she falls in love with Kay, which makes no fucking sense. All the three female characters fall in love with Kay, even though he's kind of a nerd. He is the nerd essential here. He knows what the fuck he's doing. With that being said, though, I'm giving this. I reviewed this, like I watched this in like 2013 or something like that, and I gave it an 8, and I'm still gonna give it an 8 because of the fact that it's really fucking good. The jokes are, even though they're dirty, it max. Even though it's jokingly mattered, at least the drama is consistent. I mean, the drama sequence is consistent. Like for example, like the teacher follows him around trying to make sure that he doesn't date anyone because they're married and stuff and this, that, and the other thing. But the main reason why it's really fucking good is the fact that every character does their role except for one, and that's the blonde hair, because she doesn't have very much dialogue in the anime because she's a side character to one of the three main characters, which she gets dumped, she gets rejected right off the bat, and she just goes on a mental breakdown, I believe, and this, that, and the other thing. But it's really interesting on how they do this anime. It's really constructed. The drama's there. She follows him around. He follows her around. It's kind of like this, that, and the other thing. The sister is probably the most funniest character in the whole anime. To be honest with you, the mother, yeah. Although I like the fact that his Kay's father likes to hit on the alien's mother because it's fucking hilarious. Because she's hot as hell. I don't know why. I don't know why this is an anime that I would recommend for kids. Teenagers can watch it because there's no nudity. I mean, there are scenes where the characters are naked, but they don't show anything, which is a good thing. It's not like Ichi where they're completely naked, but it's to the point where I will accept for teenagers. Just be cautious. Kids, no way, and adults, fuck yeah, because it's an adult anime. Of course, it's gonna be good for anime, but I'm still giving it an 8. Now, the only reason why I'm reviewing this is for two reasons. One, Chess Crystal told me to review it, and I reviewed it. Secondly, the anime is not on the top 100 anime list. Why? Because the fact of the matter is that it gets too drama heavy at the beginning of a side character's plot summary and stuff like that. And and even though that's going on, you get too focused on the two main characters in the beginning part, because the side two characters that fall in love with each other only happen in episode 3, 4, 5, and 6, and somewhere in that range. So after that, though, they're nowhere to be found. They're just there, just like the other two characters, the blonde chick and the guy who's goofy. I didn't mention those two characters because they don't have any character development. They're just there for side characters. With that being said, though, every character that's in the main plot of things do have their moments of being, lackluster. It's like this, that, and the other thing, and the fact that the last episode, episode 13, the main character's mother tries to get on with Kay, but the problem is though is the fact that Kay is not the main. She's just doing it just because of her daughter, which is fucking weird. Okay, and she's half human, half alien, so she's there. Her father. By the way, the only reason why she's half human, half alien, and I'm gonna make this clear, is the fact that her father went to Mars in 2008. That's you can tell how old this anime is. The main character is half human because her father went to Mars. They crash landed and they never returned because of the fact that they got saved by a bunch of aliens, and he fell in love with an alien woman, and that's why she's half human. Now she's half alien because of her mom's side, but her dad died early on. That's why she went to Earth in the first place. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna explain to you guys. That's what my opinion is about the anime. It's a really good anime. I've explained every plot summary and stuff like that. I just wish it was a little bit longer and a little less more focused on the main characters, because it's pretty much more focused on the main character. I feel like at a certain point, there's only 3 main characters, and that's the 2 people that are married, Kay and his wife, and the girl that has a crush on Kay. And then once she confesses her love to him, and then he rejects them, it's just a 2-sided anime crew, which is fucking ridiculous. I don't fucking get that, and I never will. But and there's a side plot of her not telling everyone that she's an alien except for Kay, because Kay, person who knows that she is an alien because she accidentally put him into the. She accidentally fucked up. So yeah. And the fact he has dizzy spells, so that's the other side plot. But yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome. The anime's pretty good. Check it out. It's not in my top 100, but you should definitely watch it if you like that type of stuff. A romantic comedy where the teacher and the student fall in love and then they get married. Oh no, technically they get married and then they fall in love, which is the exact total opposite. So I hope everyone has a nice positive day. Take care, and hopefully I explained enough of the anime as a whole. So stay positive, everyone.